Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to you, one and all. Yes, we're about a half hour early. I have another Zoom chat to be on a little bit later. And so we are grateful to God for the privilege to be able to come and to be with you to share and to let it be known that our God is still able. So again, it's a great day. As Mr. Roger would say, it's a great day in the neighborhood. And so for that, we are thankful and grateful to God. And so to him be the glory and praise for all the great things that he shall do. And so, hey, Debbie, how are you? Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And so, like I said, I'm just grateful and thankful for all that the Lord is doing, has done, shall do, all that other kind of good stuff. Sharon, Minister Faye, thank you so much for being here with us on today. Beautiful day. Matter of fact, it's going to be a nice day. It's a good possibility that we'll be outside Sunday because I was just looking at the weather forecast, and Sunday morning is going to be in the lower 60s, which makes it a little more comfortable in order for us to do what we need to do. Tamika, Christine, Elder Clay, Lady Bowling, thank y'all so much for being here a half hour early. You say good. Yeah, it looks like that's a real good possibility. I just got done looking at the weather forecast, so I'm gonna put it out there. We'll be outside Sunday, so we don't have to worry about a thing, and everything will be just fine. Okay, Kathy, thank you. Okay, thank you, one and all. And we just look so forward to Laverne. Bless you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you, one and all. And so we're going to begin in about 2 minutes, and then we should be set and ready to go. Sonia, how you doing? Tell the good deacon friend of mine we said hello. Tell him take good care of you like you took good care of him. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so we're grateful to God for all of you that are here with us. And if you don't mind, Daquan, how are you, my friend? Bless you. Pat, thank you for being here with us. Okay. And we're grateful. We're grateful to God for you. Will please share. If you don't mind, that would be just wonderful. And so we're just grateful. Pray for us. I got a lot to do next week. As a matter of fact, I may move midweek to Tuesday because I know it is a deacon on duty. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Yeah, especially I don't know if they gave you this or not, but they give you this strap to use to bend your leg, and it has to get to a certain point. And it is overwhelmingly painful, but the more you do it, the better off you will be. Okay. You didn't get the memo. Oh, look. I put it out there early this morning. It went back out there about an hour and a half before time. I gave the notification, but Sonia, it will get better. Believe you me, it will get better. You just got to press on, press through the pain, and in a few months you'll be like, because I'm having some problems out of mine. And it's been cutting up, but I got that band and do what I need to do to stretch, and it gets better. Yes, it gets better. I have a question. I have a question. What? Why do we worry? Why? Why do we worry? Barbara, bless you for being here. Why do we? What causes us to not trust God? What causes us to lean to our own understanding? Why do you worry? Yes. Don't tell us everything. Just tell us one thing, if you would, if you don't mind. Why do you worry? Thank you so much, Janice, for letting me know that all is well with our media ministry. Why do you worry? Pastor Gillespie, how are you this morning? Thea, Elder Pam, why do you worry? What is it that strikes a resonating core that causes you to nullify trust in God and lean to your own understanding, and then when it falls apart, you fall apart with it? I hear you, Elder Pam. Okay, part of human nature, control, but the word of the Lord, the unknown, the word of the Lord is clear. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. As high as the heaven, you know it. But should there not come a time, immediate reaction to a situation? Shouldn't I just need to I need to ask that question. Shouldn't there come a time when you trust God more than you trust yourself? Oh, let me ask another question. And the reason I'm asking this question, I think it's pertinent. Has God not been faithful? Has God not been trustworthy? Has God not been reliable? Now, the thing that we struggle with is when we have, and this goes back to one of the other lessons, when we go back, hey, Doe, how are you? Hold it down in Midland now, to thinking that we're in control. Elder James, bless you for being here. Or and this is not nullifying cognition. This is not nullifying brains. It's not nullifying intellect. It's not nullifying any of that, because God has given us the ability to figure things out and to do things and to create and all of that. All of that, He has done so. But when your back is up against the wall, and for many of us, it is not our first back against the wall experience. Why do we panic? I can share with you this, that usually, if we're not, I'm going to get in trouble for saying it, but I'm going to say it. If we are not praying without ceasing, then when a situation pops up, boom, because I'm not in constant communication with Him, because I've let some things get in the way. I can still do my job and talk to God. I can still function with my family and talk to God. I can be in the midst of all of that. Hey, Ayana, how are you? And still talk to God. But here's the funny thing. Has not God shown Himself to be faithful? And so this is an important thing that we got to look at, we got to understand, we got to recognize, because I got one more question to ask you. Yeah, I got questions. Where you at, Cora? I got questions. All right. Is God faithful? Good morning, Denise. Can God be trusted? And here's where the Achilles heel is. Here's where the problem comes in, is because he is faithful to us as long as he is accomplishing what we've deemed he needs to accomplish. But is he still faithful when he says no? Is he still faithful when his decision is not yours? Is he still faithful when he decides, I'm going in another direction and not yours? Is he still faithful? And I think this is important for us to understand, because if he is, then we need to allow him to show himself who he is, even in a situation that seems to be beyond your control. And ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers and sisters, there are times in all of our lives when our ability to control a situation or manipulate a situation gets us in trouble. Luke chapter 12, starting at verse 22. Luke chapter 12, verse 22. We want to look at this. We want to see what we can glean from this, see what we can find in this. Now, just because he said it to his disciples does not mean it is not applicable to us. He says to his disciples, therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life or what you shall eat, or what about the body or what you will put on. Look at what he says. Look at what he says. He is saying, all you have to do is look back over your life of all that he has done, and that ought to be the impetus that allows you to quit worrying about your life, what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, because up to this point, I have been faithful to you. Listen, you thought it was you. you thought it was you. You actually thought it was you. But what you failed to understand is, if I didn't give you the ability to create wealth, you wouldn't have a thing. Hey, Wendy, how are you? And so in the midst of this, we have to have the priority of living life juxtaposed to living for stuff, things, status, bling, and popularity. Because he says something in verse 24. 23. Is life not more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at what he's saying. Do you really know the power of living, or are you consumed with the appearance of living? Do you really know the power of living, or are you consumed with the presentations or the presence or the appearance of living? Because we think that the more bling, blang, blang, wah, wah, woo, wah we have, the more we show forth life. But people who have the bling, bling, woo, wah, yee, wah doesn't have what you have. Christy doesn't possess what you possess. Now you might say, but I want to possess some of those things. No, not necessarily, because I got peace, I've got joy, I've got contentment. I understand that whatever condition I find myself in, I am content. I'm all right where I am, because I'm not trying to be where I don't belong. See, the problem with many times in many situations are we're not able to accomplish what God would have us to do, and we're not in peace with it because we are so busy in competition mode and looking at everybody else and looking what everybody else have and looking where everybody else live, look at whatever. But you can't be deceived by outward manifestations of something that may be detrimental to the person that you're envying. He says, isn't life, isn't living more than food and clothes? Isn't life more than these external exhibitions of flawed and inconsistent activity? What life is all about is demonstrating that whatever condition I find myself in, I learn to be content. Whatever situations come in my life, I say it's well with my soul. Whatever tragedy God allows to come my way, that tragedy is designed to teach me to be triumphant in every circumstance. But if I'm always consumed by the look, if I'm always consumed by the appearance, if I'm always in some level of competition with somebody else, I lose out on the fundamental excitement about being alive. I told y'all this before, and I'm going to let you go in a minute. I told y'all this before. To be able to sit down and observe nature and the beauty of the Lord, the splendor of the Lord. And guess what? Can I tell y'all something? It's free. Y'all didn't catch that. Y'all didn't catch that. We are so busy chasing stuff. We need to kind of sit back and enjoy where we are. Look at what it says. Life is more than food and clothing for the body. I have learned that whatever condition I find myself in, I'm going to be content. And I told you this before. And I think this needs to be apprehended in our spirit. You will never be happy until you learn how to be happy. You will never be happy until you learn how to be. You will never be happy until you learn how to be happy. And happiness does not come with stuff and things. Happiness comes with the fact that wherever I am, whatever I am, wherever, what I look like, my appearance, my height, my shortness, my whatever, I'm stocky, I'm skinny, whatever the case may be, whatever I am, I'm all right with myself because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Life is so much more. Now, somebody might say, well, it's easy for you to say because you got all of that stuff now. Let me bust your bubble. Let me put a pin in your foolishness. And this is going to mess you up because the Bible says by the sweat of your brow, which means you got to work. Hey, Gaither, how are you? Listen to what I'm saying. I soon will be 67 years old. In my life, I ought to have something for my existence. It's called work. And so I know y'all don't like this. I know this is driving you insane. I know it is, but I got to get this into you. I have worked since I was 12 years of age. I have never been lazy. I have never been slothful, and I have never not had a job. I have learned how to manage with nothing, because when you know how to manage with nothing, you'll also know how to manage when you got. And so, yes, somebody might say, well, you got a beautiful home. It's the third one, and it's a blessing of God. You got cars. Yes, it's a blessing from God. You got this, that, and you got called. Yes, it's a blessing from God. Why? Because I do not frivolously live my life in competition with somebody else. I got to get ready to get out of here. I got to get ready to get out of here. I am not in competition with nobody. I am. I'm trying. Listen, Shirley. Listen, I'm doing the best I can. Okay. There shouldn't be any misunderstanding, but the point that has to be understood, you got to get this, y'all. I've been broke, busted, and disgusted, but I still had joy. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't get a little edgy, but I did not allow the lack to get in the way of my love for the Lord. Listen, I want y'all to have a fantastic, powerful weekend. Midweek will probably be moved to Tuesday because I have an event for the Ohio Baptist General Convention to be at on Wednesday. And so I'll get all of this information out of here so you can have all of that. And we're going to move on from there. Listen, enjoy your weekend. Tell God thank you that you're not in the hospital. You're not in ICU. Tell God I appreciate how much you have kept me, even when I didn't have the good sense to know that I'm being kept, because there's a whole lot of things God is keeping you. There are some things I'm glad God didn't allow. Love y'all with the love of Jesus Christ, okay? Y'all be blessed. Have a wonderful day. I got another chat I got to get on in a couple of minutes. May God bless you. We will be outside. I just looked at the weather, and it looks like it's going to be okay. Midweek will be Tuesday of next week instead of Wednesday. All right. Y'all be blessed. Love y'all with the love of Jesus Christ. May God bless you and keep you is our prayer.